My name is Walt Cobb. I'm mayor for the city of Williams Lake. We're a resource-based community. I mean, without industry, we would be nothing. I mean, we've been pretty fortunate. We're diversified, fairly diversified. We got forestry, we got agriculture, and of course we got mining. I mean, when anything that serious happens, everyone is concerned, but it was a concern of the damage that was done, of course, but since then it's a whole new story. Spent millions and millions of dollars cleaning up what had happened. I mean, I've been out there probably at least 4 times, and there is no comparison today to what they continue to show on the media around what the breach happened. And let's face it was a disaster, but they have fixed it, and the fish are back in the creek, the wildlife are back there. Everything is pretty much back to normal. It doesn't look quite the same, and it probably never will look the same for a long time, but they have done an amazing job. We just had a group here, and what they were doing is determining, well, looking at mining in particular, and setting goals and benchmarks of what should happen with mines. And they've been to Africa, they've been to South America, to different mines where there was breaches happening. And they told us at dinner that night after we did the tour of the mine that in British Columbia it's second to none, and what Mount Polley has done to remediate that disaster is second to none in the world as far as they were concerned. I think we have a lot to be proud of, and the workers at the mine, I mean, they're pretty dedicated in what they're doing and the work that they're doing to restore it. I mean, they're even putting little fish ponds in for fish habitat and spawning grounds and whatnot. They really do have something to be proud of. I would really like the breach itself that happened 5 years ago to be taken off of the website. That gives all of the whole mining industry a bad name because they think it still looks like that. And like I said, there is no comparison. They can't compare that to what happens today. And if they really want to understand it, come and have a look. And just as an aside, during the second year after the work was started, there was one of these people that decided they wanted to come to Likely and see what this big disaster that happened. And a friend of mine owns a boat on Quesnel Lake, and he let him use his boat, and he was gone for 4 or 5 hours, and he come back and says, I couldn't find it. So that's the job they've done. They cleaned it up to the point where if you were floating around or fishing in the lake, you would never see the impact. You couldn't tell that there was anything wrong. Yeah, well, I think not only the workers at the mine, but British Columbians should be proud of what has been done to remediate that accident, I guess is what I don't like to call it a disaster, because at the end of the day, Mother Nature is pretty good at healing itself. But the workers and the people at the mine and everybody in BC needs to come and see and can be really proud of what we do in the mining industry.